Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, and welcome to 1MinuteTennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about how to dominate the middle of the court. Because although tennis is played from all over the court, and of course it's a running game, but the middle of the court is where you need to control the match. If I'm looking at a match very quickly and trying to judge who's in control of the match, then I try to look at who's winning the middle-to-middle rallies. If you dominate from the middle of the court, then you'll dominate almost every match that you play in. What I want to do today is to show you the footwork and technique that will allow you to take control of the point when you're in this dominant position. So first of all, where we're looking at here is if we have the center tee here, then we're looking at the position where I can get around the backhand. So we're talking about an area from about here and also then 2 steps over here. So it's a little bit wider on the right side than it is on the left side. So to dominate from these positions, we need to be using a semi-open, open, or neutral stance. We don't want to be using a closed stance. When we use a closed stance, then the weight moves into the front foot and then we swing. But when we're using either open, semi-open, or neutral stance, then the weight begins in the right side of the body and then transfers to the left side of the body. So it looks something like this. And there I'm driving up from the ground and I'm creating a force from the ground reaction force, and also rotational energy. This gives me power and spin. It gives me the ability to swing freely and aggressively, but I've still got control because of the spin on the ball. And to do this, as the ball comes to you, we begin by pointing our feet away from the target area. So here, if I'm looking at it from this direction, I split, I see the ball's in here, and I've landed with my feet pointing out to the right. And then as I make the stroke, I want to turn and finish with my feet pointing out to the left. This is very unnatural for a lot of players because when we learn the game, it's much more stable to just use the left foot as a pivotal point. But that's not good enough. We want to move the weight from the right side to the left side. And here's 4 progressions that will take you from the natural way of loading the weight on the left foot to the unnatural movement that gives you more power, more speed, and more control. So now use a bench or something similar, and this will seriously overemphasize the rotation from the left to the right. And I'm going to make the shadow swing, pointing my feet away from the bench, away from you, the target area. And then at the end of my shadow swing, I have to have reversed them. So there to here. So again, from here to here. And again, from here to here. And once again, from here to here. If there's an early weight transfer into the left foot, then you'll end up kind of kicking the bench to one side. It should be a smooth transition from right to left. The second drill is to load your weight on the right foot by removing the left foot from the ground. You see, it's so easy to accidentally put that weight there too early. But if I take my left foot off the ground, so I make my split, I'm off the ground, and now I turn naturally. Again, I make my split, I'm off the ground, and now I turn naturally. From this direction, I make my split, I'm off the ground, and I turn. And this is a great way of getting the feeling of how to actually turn off the right side of the body. And now obviously my weight is not transferring to the left, so the next progression makes it easier to transfer to the left foot. The third progression to help you with the weight transfer is to put your hand on your hip so that you can actually feel the transfer of energy from one side to the other. You see, if I use my arms to counterbalance, then I can get it right, but it's really easy to get it wrong. But if I put my hand on my hip, then now I'm going to be much more aware of the direction of my body because I don't have the hand to counterbalance. So now I'm really aware of if I'm doing it wrong, nothing really happened, so the hand on the hip made no difference at all. But if I do it right, then now I'm really aware of the rotation in my body and the movement of the weight from one side to the other. I had to concentrate on my balance much more because I didn't have the hand to counterbalance. This makes it much easier to get the feel of the shot. And now we move into hitting, but I'm really conscious of pointing my feet to the right and then rotating them to the left, pointing them to the right and rotating them to the left. It feels super unnatural If my weight was in my left foot, it's totally contrived. In fact, it's quite difficult to do. So when I'm pointing my feet to the right and moving to them to the left, then naturally I have the correct weight transfer, the correct rotation, and I'm creating real power in that ball with control. If you like my ideas on tennis, check out the books on Amazon. The books are a truly unique learning and teaching experience because we all learn in different ways, whether it's visually, whether it's by seeing the written word, we're all different. With the books, you have great illustrations making things very, very clear. We have very clear explanations with the science, biomechanics, and then simple instructions to the strokes. And also every chapter is linked to YouTube videos, so you can look at the illustrations, you can read the explanations, or you can see the demonstrations. Or for more personalized advice, join players in over 40 countries that I'm helping with one-to-one online coaching. It's a unique service with a blend of video analysis and then personalized one-to-one lessons. It's inexpensive and it really works. So use these progressions. Go from stage 1 to 2 to 3 to playing. And you'll find that this area here, you really can take command of the court, be more aggressive, it's more fun, it's more successful, and you'll be playing better tennis. Thanks for watching. See you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.